Historically, currency in civilization began from barter, exchanging what you have with what you want. However, barter couldn't be a system because the problems followed. Unfairness and keeping the quality while you are doing the barter was the problem. For example, food. There wasn't a fridge. So when you barter for food, it is often unfair because food expires. That's why currency was invented. Currency represents the value of goods, but it doesn't really mean the definite value of the goods. In economics, depending on how we define what currency is, can change the model of economics. In one perspective, currency is a compensation for responsibility, and in another perspective, it is the representation of credits. To ensure values of currency, it has to be issued by the trustworthy institution. That's why banks exist. Currency and money have different meanings, but the oldest currency and money used in the past was coins. Banknotes actually came out earlier than we know from the Chinese Song dynasty, Jiaozi. Well, Jiaozi sounds like dumpling soup that we know, but it was the banknote. Jiaozi was the successor of Tang Dynasty's notes, which is the paper that promises payment like check with condition and term agreement. In the Weian dynasty, its name changed to Jiao Chao. This showed an advanced currency system in the Weian dynasty, because when Marco Polo visited the Weian dynasty, and he recorded what he saw, and told people about Jiao Chao, which is paper money to people, people were like, "Hey, no jokes here. What kind of fool uses paper as money?" Marco Polo wrote a book called Book of the Marvels of the World, and he mentioned about the banknote, but people didn't believe it. However, was the banknote really revolutionary and had no issues? There was. In the later Weian dynasty, they issued too many banknotes and ended up causing inflation, and the economy of the Weian dynasty completely plunged, and it also affected Korea. A few hundred years later, Europe started issuing banknotes, so it shows that banknotes were actually working under the bank system. During the gold standard or silver standard, banknotes meant that they will give you the amount of gold following the face value of the banknote. So banknotes carried values of rare metals. It is sort of a promise between the government. So banknotes were popularly used from the end of 17th century. Since modern society does not use the silver standard or gold standard, the meaning of the banknote changed as well. The reason that I'm collecting coins is because they are interesting, but at the same time they have historical value and collector's market values. Also, if you collect gold, it means you are collecting rare metal. For me, making coin videos is a hobby because I always wanted to make a documentary. I have watched BBC documentaries since I was growing up, and my goal is making better quality documentaries than Netflix ones. Funny and have depth with the topics. So, it is my hobby, and it is one of my passions, so for me, I do have an investing purpose for my coin collecting as well, but mainly because I like the coins. That's how I see the value in coins. Banknotes were an innovative currency system in the past, but after stocks, credit cards, check, cryptocurrency appeared in the market, the economic models changed, and as we experience inflation, the value of currency that we have might feel different. And as we age, what we want is different. So the meaning of money gets different. For example, when I was a kid, if I had $10, I felt like I was a rich man. I could watch movies, have a hot dog, go on walk, run. Just a precious childhood could be just pleasant with the same $10 banknote that I have, or the same coins I have. But as we age, we have more responsibility, bills. Just before the Great Lockdown, I believed I could buy a house with the job I had in a few years. I believed I could get married, but the only thing left with me is my parents, precious cat Hermes, my lovely Cadillac, and great coin collections. The perspective towards money changed for me, and as I age more, the perspective of money will change among the definition of currency. Money can buy the quality of life, but it cannot purchase the purpose of your future. Therefore, instead of focusing on the materialistic side of money, focus on the present, work on yourself. In the end, your behavior, your knowledge, your skills decide your value, and if you have the value, then you will survive in any kind of economic model. Currency is numbers, but greater numbers doesn't necessarily mean the greater value. Don't be fooled by numbers. Values should be the definition, not a simple math.